Okay, so we've got one more little thing we want to share with you from our camp out. On our last night, Sam had a little experience right there in camp, and she's going to tell us about that now. So what happened, Sam?
Well, as you know, we were way out in the sticks in a very remote area, so that we know that we're miles from anybody. And of course, being deep in the forest like that, we had a few. I think it was the night before, where we had the screams.
That was Thursday night.
It was
Yeah.
Thursday night. So this may have been either Friday night or Saturday.
It was Saturday night because it
So
was our last
like
night.
early Sunday morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I went to I think I went to sleep around 12:30. I think it was in the morning, and I had at that point turned on my recorder, which was placed inside a jacket on the tent, and where they nothing can get it on this side and the outside. It was strictly on the inside of it. So I went to sleep, and then I have a problem, and you have to get up every couple hours because nature calls, and so. And it's kind of disconcerting when you know you have to get out of the tent and it's dark outside and it's 3:30 in the morning and you don't know what to expect, So I'm peeking out the tent to see what's going on. And it's pretty quiet out there actually. So I said, well, I'm going to get this done and over with. So and our other facility, which was across the way, I didn't feel like walking way over there in that dark section of the forest. I said, I'm going to be pretty safe next to my tent. Just so, and I just had to do something real quick and then go back in the tent. So I got on the side of the tent and took care of my business. And then, just as soon as within seconds or right at the end, the next thing you know, I hear a big thud in front of me. And we had the fire pit, which is right in front of us, and it had already burned out, so it's dark as well. And the next thing you know, I see this big black Gabby-sized creature run around the fire pit. Just spinning around it like nobody's business. Well, my first reaction was it was Gabby. Gabby was with you and in the tent along the way. And what was really strange about this, Gabby, come here. It wouldn't come to me. See, look, Gabby's coming. I just said Gabby. That proves it right there. Gabby will come right to me when I say it. So the bottom line was, I felt it very strange. Gabby, what's going on with you? And then it just kind of peeked its head, and it says, and I'm thinking, this is a little strange because Gabby's not coming to me. And then finally, it kind of took note of me, and then made a strange whimpering noise I hadn't heard. That didn't sound like Gabby at all. So. Bottom line after, and then it took off, and then I'm finishing up. I'm going, oh well, and partially I'm still thinking it was Gabby basically, and so I went back to sleep. Well, I had the recorder on the rest of the night. Well, went back and listened to it, and my recorder actually picked the whole thing up, and then what became more apparent was the thump, that loud, heavy dropping noise. It's almost like it came out of nowhere, probably dropped from a tree right by the fire pit, and it ran around it really quick. So the other thing was the whimper. I'm working on the audio right now on my channel, to just go ahead and amplify the whole thing. But while I was listening to it, some other sounds I've heard right before I went outside, you could hear some heavy, like larger Sasquatch grunting or huffing or whatever taking place during that time frame. So it wasn't just so basically, long story short, we pretty much determined it was not Gabby. Gabby was safely in your tent.
Yeah, she was in there sleeping.
The whimpering, don't think it was Gabby. At the worst, if it was Gabby, I can paint a scenario where Gabby heard my voice and then looked out the tent and saw this other creature running around the fire pit and kind of like
where she whimpered, yeah.
Where she whimpered, like, oh, I'm not going to go out there,
Yeah.
But I'm not sure yet until I start amplifying things. But it was an extraordinary experience. So we strongly feel, I strongly feel that what I saw was a younger Squatch that just happened to run around the tent. And I do have a recording later within about an hour after that, where they're messing around with the recorder. I could feel touching it, and then you could hear some voices, just kind of like that. You know, it doesn't surprise me that that's what we saw.
Yeah, and Gabby is not like she used to be. When we first started this, she slept with her head out of the tent. And not anymore. Now, when it's time to go to bed, she drops on her little bed and she's out for the night.
The thing is, there wasn't that. She wouldn't have just simply been that active.
No, not in the middle of the night with nothing going on out there, nobody around.
The only sound that was made, of course, was nature calls.
Yeah.
And it wasn't that significant. Gabby wouldn't have ran out of the tent like that over something.
No, I don't think Gabby would have even woke up for that.
No.
Yeah.
No. So it makes me wonder a little bit. It's like the motive. They must have seen me walk out of the tent. They had to have seen me walk out of the tent on the side. Like not. So was this just something to spoof me a little bit, or okay, we know someone's outside. We're going to kind of play a trick.
Yeah, playing little games.
Jump in front of you and just see how you react.
Yeah.
You know, that comes to my mind too.
Yeah.
It doesn't put any past. We know they play little tricks like that sometimes.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for sharing your story with us, Sam.
No problem.